Crypto DAT companies, or crypto DAT is what you can call them for short, are created to acquire. So this is what a DAT actually is. So for people not in the know, created to acquire tokens off the open market. Foundations can help see them with some tokens simply so they have an attractive MNAV, which is like the what is that with like the financial value or like the
Yeah,
underlying
essentially like
net
how
asset value.
Yeah, like the market value of the assets that are being held versus the stock. Like you're comparing those two.
Yeah. So 1 billion is approximate. So like basically the Avalanche Foundation eyes 1 billion to set up AVAX treasury firms in the US. 1 billion is approximately 8% of the AVAX supply. That's a huge amount. So, you're talking about possibly a huge like price appreciation to some of these tokens. If this becomes like very successful, like you could probably surmise that like I can't like, say price prediction work with Avalanche, but usually that means it's a good thing for like the underlying token, obviously, the price of it. I'll leave it at that. But the Avalanche Foundation eyes 1 billion to set up the AVAX treasury firms in the US. And the article goes on to kind of say a little bit more. Professor says, I'm still slowly understanding prediction market. I know it's like unusual social betting, but I'll rather take my time. So yeah, like we cover that weekly, so don't worry about that. Like we'll have more content coming on that, like more interesting markets, maybe some more relatable sports markets, something like that. We'll cover some of that in detail. But back to the Avalanche, DATS. Avalanche Foundation is aiming to raise the 1 billion across 2 deals to establish crypto treasury companies in the US. 2 companies will be reportedly use the proceeds to purchase AVAX cryptocurrency from the foundation at a discounted price. So that's good for them, good for their holders. It looks like one of the companies down here, it says one of the deals targets to raise 500 mil in a private investment in a NASDAQ traded company. Investment is led by HiveMind Capital and advised by Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci. Skybridge also has RWAs. They announced just like a couple weeks back that they are dropping like $300 million worth of RWAs on Avalanche. And that has also, the RWA value on chain has gone up significantly as well, like 100 million since the 6th or something like that. It's been like 6 days. It's gone up in value. We'll get to a chart in just a minute. So the other deal involves a special purpose acquisition vehicle sponsored by Dragonfly Capital, which also aims to raise 500 million with an expected completion date in October, which is right around the corner. This is all correlating with a very bullish market. So this is something that if you're in the crowd, you're watching, you're like wondering what is a good token, what's this, what's that. I mean, this is pretty positive news, of like one of the more positive news I've seen around a token. There's other tokens that are doing similar stuff with like treasuries, but this one is a huge sticker price number. It says with the proceeds, the 2 companies are expected to purchase millions of Avalanche AVAX cryptocurrency, with which the foundation will offer a discounted price, according to the report. And that pretty much sums it up. The rest of it just goes into a little bit more detail about that. But yeah, as you can see, Avalanche being utilized by investment firms like BlackRock, Apollo, Wellington Asset Management to test tokenization of funds. So we could see also a huge amount of tokenization happening on Avalanche, because it's the kind of perfect architecture for private companies and investment firms to like launch their own product services via their own layer 1 with a custom gas token, custom, everything's custom. So it makes a lot of sense for, these private businesses to do stuff like this. So not too much of a surprise if you've been on Avalanche for a while. Pretty good news here. And then just heading over to the RWA chart, which stands for real world assets. So if you don't know what RWA, it's just real world assets, and can mean a number of things. It just ties to a real world asset, literally what it means. And we'll be actually pulling a Pokemon card via the blockchain, which actually the Pokemon card we're pulling is in real life Pokemon card, and just represented by like an NFT. But that's technically a real world asset as well. But there's other forms of RWAs, in this case, a lot of it's just financial related real world assets. So this has skyrocketed to $405 million of total RWA value on Avalanche, 115% increase the last 30 days and over 100 million in the last like 6 days. And you can see like it's gone parabolic right here and on this chart. So that's that. Stablecoin market has also increased quite significantly as well. It's at, as of yesterday, it was around 2.67 billion, which is pretty incredible considering like they had a slight drop off in kind of the downturn, but it's been obviously increasing quite significantly the past, couple months. So that's your Avalanche update for the week.